Standing chieftainship dispute in Mpumalanga has finally been resolved. Kgosi Harris Maloka will now take up leadership of the Bakhatla ba Mocha ba Maloka clan. Kgosi Maloka says he's looking forward to working closely with the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Department and the Provincial House of Traditional Leaders. We discuss the role of the family going forward. We're joined by Princess Lehau Victoria Maloka. Tabela, man, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Essentially, what does this mean for you and the family?
Thank you very much, Dudu, and a very good afternoon to the viewers of eNCA. Thank you very much for having us. Perhaps allow me on behalf of my father, Kgosi Harris Maloka, to express our deepest condolences to the Tulare royal family and the nation of Bapedi at the passing of His Majesty King Victor Tulare III. Historically, our nation, the Bakhatla and Bapedi, are one people. Really, may his soul rest in peace. May I also, before going into the substance of our interview, let me really acknowledge what the President has just spoken about in relation to the high numbers of COVID-19 in the country. Our community in Pankop Masube has not been spared, and we really send our condolences to the bereaved families and encourage our people to remain vigilant and follow all protocols. This is very significant because my father, 87 years old with multiple comorbidities, is a COVID-19 survivor. And we really give glory to God that my father is still here with us today to witness our democratic government finally taking a clear stand to correct and right an apartheid wrong and bring justice not only to my father, but to the Maloka royal family, but also the entire Bakhatla ba Mocha ba Maloka nation. But in terms of what this means to the family, we firmly believe that the announcement by the Honorable MEC Manja Msibi, following a very thorough and inclusive investigation by the Mahlangu Commission, is really a watershed moment, because after many years of conflict, including 34 years since my father was deposed, dignity is finally restored to my father and our royal family, the Maloka traditional community as well. This announcement is also very important to us to do, because our struggle to restore our chieftainship was very progressive in that it was not only led by male members of the royal family, but it included very gallant women leaders and young people, not only in the royal family, but also in the community. And really, this inclusive and transformational leadership demonstrates my father's commitment to gender equality, to women and youth empowerment, and to ensure that nobody is left behind as we rebuild, we restore, and reposition Pankop Masube as a hub of community development and peace building in the Mpumalanga province. Thank you, Dudu.
We're calling this a long-standing dispute, and as you mentioned, the conflict that has taken years to get to this point in terms of being resolved. Just a quick history lesson for us. What was driving that conflict?
Dudu, that's a very big question. I'm not even sure that we'll be able to manage it in 1 minute, but perhaps to say it's an issue of seniority. As you know, in the traditional leadership, seniority is very, very important. And in this instance, my father is the senior leader, is the elder brother, who was unfortunately deposed by the now defunct government of Bophuthatswana, precisely because he supported a democratic, he supported the ANC at the time, and his move really was for Bophuthatswana and the rest of the Bantu stands to move to a democratic dispensation, and unfortunately Mangope did not allow that. And like many other communities in the former Bophuthatswana, we have exactly the same problem, seniority, where a younger brother was given a role that was not necessarily his, in complete violation to the system of traditional leadership and its ethos and values. So that's in a nutshell what we could say it was, seniority.
Thank you very much for graciously putting us in the picture there in less than a minute. In terms of the role of traditional leadership in 2021, what would you say it is?
Oh, I welcome that question, because there's really a need to deal with the myths that often surround the institution of traditional leadership. People often confuse it, not really confuse it, but people often view it as a very patriarchal system that does not allow the participation of women and so on. But our own community here is a very good example of what a traditional leadership that is progressive and transformational can achieve. Our foremother, Lehau Maloka, whom I was named after, was the chief of this community for over 54 years. And really, you can see even in this particular interview who is speaking to the nation. It is a woman. So really, the system of traditional leadership, it is about transformation. It is about leading development at the community level. It is about inclusivity. It is about bringing in and helping the community to take ownership of the development of their community. It is not just the role of the local government or of the traditional leaders single-handedly, but it is about the different people, the teachers, the nurses, everybody, the young women in the community, the young men in the community, everybody, to make sure that you contribute and you design development initiatives that fit your own community. So every development initiative that is designed by a traditional community should be fit for purpose. And that is what the institution of traditional leadership is about: taking care of the people, developing people. We cannot go hungry when we have leaders who understand our needs at our level, who understand the needs of the community, who is able to go out and say, we are in need of A, B, C, and D. Could you please bring this? But also going back to the community itself to say, you need a clinic, you need a school. How can we achieve that? If we have wealthy people in the community, why can we not use the very same people to support the building of a clinic? If we have people in the community who are development specialists, who know where to get money, who know where to bring money to the community, why can't we bring them and say, please, come, let's work together and ensure that there are proper roads, there's proper sanitation, every child goes to school, that no child goes to bed hungry in the community. And really, I can even give an example. Many years ago, before my father was deposed, the clinic, the one and only clinic that we still have in the community, is the one that was built by my father many years ago through the support of the community. And it was even built by the hands of women who led that entire process. Many other schools in the community, especially the primary schools, were built with that same very mentality of involving the community to contribute some funds and build the schools. So really, we believe that the institution of traditional leadership can bring transformation, it can bring development, and more than anything else, it can bring peace and unity in traditional communities.
Unfortunately, that's where we have to leave it. Malebo Mau, that was Princess Lehau Victoria Maloka.